So, quick little story just up front to set up this video. Last week, I was on vacation in Sicily, and every time I go on one of these kinds of vacations, I always hope that some big trailer or movie news doesn't drop while I'm gone. And lo and behold, 3 massive trailers dropped last week. Just my luck. So I thought I'd do a 3-in-1 breakdown video because I have some thoughts on all of these. So, let's start off with Rogue One.
Take hold of this moment. The force is strong.
Now I have very similar thoughts to this trailer as I did on the first trailer, but I thought I could take this time to really get out there my thoughts on this film and what I'm hoping to see in it. Overall, this movie looks like it could be incredible. Again, what these Star Wars spin-off movies should do, and what it looks like they are doing, is have the Star Wars universe as a framework for new types of films. In this case, a dirty, on-the-ground, more gritty kind of war movie. The Star Wars universe is massive and extremely interesting, so setting different kinds of films from different genres in it is brilliant. Again, the visuals in this film look absolutely incredible. Even if the story sucks in this movie, it'll at least look great. Like I said before, Gareth Edwards does a really good job with scale, so I'm excited to see that here. The Rogue One squad itself in this is really solid. This has a really stacked and extremely diverse cast. I'm especially interested to see what Mess Mikkelsen does here, and in this trailer, we actually get quite a bit more of him and the movie's story. This is, after all, the story trailer. He's the main character's father, and he helps build the Death Star, so now it makes a bit more sense why the Rebellion wants Felicity Jones specifically. We also get a clear, quick shot of Vader. I really don't think he's gonna have a big role in this film. I know some people are saying he's gonna have one awesome action scene where he's just cutting down rebels. While I hope we see that, because that would be awesome, I kinda doubt it. I think we're just gonna see him here talking to Ben Mendelsohn, and maybe he'll show up again a little bit later on, but I doubt we'll get anything like a major action scene. Hopefully we will though, that would be amazing to see. Also, just want to mention, this trailer has what I'm gonna start referring to as the Will Smith moment.
So that's it? What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
This is where a character in the movie says the movie's title.
It's, Rogue One.
So yeah, I just thought that was kind of amusing.
So that's it, huh? We some kind of Suicide Squad?
Overall, this looks pretty great and like a very new kind of Star Wars film, which I'm totally pumped to see. Next up is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 trailer, or sneak peek, or whatever. And I just want to say about this is exactly how you do a teaser trailer. This, along with The Force Awakens, is the perfect example of how to market a film. It shows some cool imagery, it intrigues me, and I want to see more of this world, it makes me laugh. It's precisely what a teaser should be. It doesn't give anything away really in terms of plot or even action. They could honestly leave this marketing campaign at this, and it would be perfect. I'd go into the movie not knowing anything about the story, I'd just be extremely excited and curious to see it. As far as the actual contents of the trailer, I don't have a lot to say. There are some cool teases of action scenes. I'm assuming this is Gamora fighting that giant octopus thing we saw concept art of. There's some of that great Guardians of the Galaxy banter that I can't wait to see more of. We get to see Baby Groot, who's wearing a tiny little jacket, which is kind of adorable. Hooked on a Feeling was an awesome choice here again. Just everything worked about this. This looks like it's taking the stuff the first film did well, which is pretty much everything, and then upping the game, which is exactly what sequels should do. We don't see any Kurt Russell in this, we don't see any Mantis in this. Great. I honestly don't need to see them before the film comes out. All in all, fantastic tease. I'm of course extremely excited for this. Now finally, let's talk about the Logan trailer. When I first watched this trailer, I thought, alright, looks pretty good, pretty interesting. But the more times I watched it, the more and more excited I got for this film. And now, I honestly cannot wait to see this. The thing about this is, this looks really interesting and unique. This doesn't look like any normal X-Men film, or really even any normal superhero film. It has this emotional vibe to it that most superhero movies these days don't have, and definitely none of the Wolverine movies have had. That poster we saw, and this movie's title, showed us that this was going to be a more personal story for Wolverine, and less of just a slash-em-up action movie, and this trailer really solidified that. Now, there's nothing wrong with a standard action superhero blockbuster. I, for one, really enjoyed The Wolverine. But nowadays, in the superhero genre, like I've said I don't know how many times, we need new styles, new ideas, and just new stuff in general to make this genre feel fresh again. That's why movies like Guardians and Deadpool work so well, because they give us something new. Now again, the more standard stuff can still work really well for these films. Civil War, for example, is a pretty standard Marvel movie, and yet it's still incredible. But this new kind of stuff is the stuff that really has me the most interested going forward. Now, I did mention Deadpool and Guardians as comparisons to this, but this is going to be way different from those movies in tone. This movie looks very dark and gritty, and that really fits a character like Wolverine at this point. Now that we know him so well, we can see him completely broken down. Same for Charles Xavier. Seeing these characters like this, I don't want to overuse this word, but it's just so interesting to me. They're completely damaged and destroyed, and it looks like these two actors are really bringing their A game here. Now for some specific things and questions about this trailer. I'm guessing this takes place in the Days of Future Past New and Improved timeline, so I'm really curious to see how the world went from this perfect utopia type thing to just this desolate wasteland in like 1 year. who or what is killing all the mutants. It probably has something to do with the villains, who I believe are called the Reavers, these part machine, part human things. We see this one guy with the robot arm here, looks pretty cool. Caliban is also going to be a villain in this. He's that one albino creep from Apocalypse, if you recall. We're also getting X-23 in this, aka the female Wolverine, which is a cool concept for this series. Hopefully the actress is really good in this, since she's going to be a very focal and important part of the film, and presumably the franchise going forward. Looking at her IMDb, she hasn't really been in much of anything, so hopefully she has what it takes to hold her own in this. Also, side note, I know I was wrong about this with Captain America, but I'm willing to bet that Wolverine will die in this film. It's Hugh Jackman's last X-Men film, he looks pretty beat up already. I'm just saying, if he dies in this, I called it. Now, although this looks like it's going to be a more personal, tragic story for Wolverine, make no mistake, there will be some action here. And what's really exciting about this is that this is rated R. So finally, we get to see Wolverine really be brutal and be the animal that he is. In the International Red Band trailer, we get a little taste of that with this. So along with that action, we'll get a hopefully emotional and touching story about Wolverine, Charles, and Laura. And in the wrong hands, that kind of concept could be a bit boring, but from what we've seen, this looks like it's been handled really well, and I honestly cannot wait. Because of this trailer, this film has jumped way higher on my most anticipated films of 2017 list, and this really looks like a proper farewell to Hugh Jackman from this franchise. So those were my thoughts on the trailers for Rogue One, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Logan. What did you think of these? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. While you're at it, be sure to like this video, check out my Instagram at BHL_Hudson, check out my Twitter at BHL_Hudson, and subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.